The alien queen's infant wouldn't stop crying, until the human soldier held her. "Bring the human!" Queen Sarilith Voss snapped at her guards. Two armored Vexari yanked Staff Sergeant Mara Cade through the nursery archway. Chains rattled on the soldier's wrists. Mara stumbled but kept her feet, eyes scanning the chamber. Sarilith gripped her thrown arm, wings twitching. Outside the crystal walls, war drums echoed from the human siege lines. Princess Eerie wailed in her cradle. The infant's cries pierced the air like shrapnel. Scales flushed red along her tiny throat. Sarilith's clutch heart ached. "Silence her, Dr. Venn," Sarilith commanded. The medic knelt by the cradle. He hummed the ancient cradle song, vibrations meant to soothe Vexari nerves. Eerie thrashed, tail lashing. Venn injected a sedative mist from his injector. The babe gasped, then screamed louder. Her distress pheromones thickened the air, sour and sharp. "Off-world stress," Venn muttered. "Our compounds bind wrong to human-tainted air. She rejects them." Commander Threxel stormed in from the corridor. His crest flared. "Majesty, the humans breached the outer gates. This is no time for experiments. Execute the prisoner." Sarilith waved him silent. Eerie's cries drowned strategy talks in the adjacent war room. Advisors faltered mid-report. She needed the infant calm. Now, Mara straightened against her chains. "Let me try." Sarilith's gaze snapped to the human. Mara stood tall, uniform torn but posture rigid. No fear sent, just steady resolve. "You," Threxel snarled. "A killer from the enemy ranks?" "I've raised 3 nieces," Mara said. "Crying like that, colic or gas or needs holding right." Venn tilted his head. "Human methods," Sarilith leaned forward. Tradition screamed against it. A queen's air touched by enemy hands. Optics shattered, but Eerie's wails shook the cradle. Incoming fire rattled the palace shields. "Demonstrate," Sarilith said. "Hands only, chains stay." Guards unchained Mara's wrists. She rubbed them, then cupped her own arms, slow motions. "Like this." Cradle hold supports the neck. Football hold for gas, tummy down, legs tucked, rock gentle, breathe deep with her. Eerie shrieked. Mara mimed the sway, exhaling long and even. No rush, no force. Threxel gripped his blade. "Lies, she's stalling for assassins." Sarilith studied the human. Mara met her eyes, no smirk, just patience like tending a squadmate's gear. 2 minutes, Sarilith decided. She drew her ceremonial dagger, silver edge gleamed. "Fail and I sever your spine," Mara nodded. "Fair." Guards shoved Eerie's cradle to Mara. The infant flailed, claws scratching air. Sarilith pressed the blade to Mara's throat. Cool metal dimpled skin, one twitch and blood. Mara lifted Eerie with practiced ease. Tiny body fit against her shoulder, legs tucked frog style. One hand cupped the head, firm but soft. Mara swayed, slow. Her chest rose, fell. Deep breaths whistled soft. Eerie's cries hitched. Sarilith tensed. The dagger nicked skin, a red bead welled. Mara didn't flinch. She patted Eerie's back in circles, rhythmic. "Easy, little one. Mama's here. Humans got you." The infant's tail curled around Mara's arm, gasps shortened. A hiccup, then silence. Eerie's eyes drifted shut, chest rose even. Perumble started low in her throat. Sarilith froze, the dagger hovered. War room chatter bled through the wall, then cut dead. Advisors gaped toward the nursery feed. Threxel blinked. "Impossible." Venn scanned his pad. "Vitals stable, pheromones neutral, human respiration synced to her rhythm." Mara kept swaying. She needed skin contact. Your sedatives overwhelmed her. Babies pick up tension. Calm breath tricks the nervous system. Sarilith lowered the blade. Eerie nestled deeper, claws kneading Mara's collar harmlessly. The human's pulse stayed steady under her gaze. No triumph, just care like family. Explosions rocked the outer walls. Human dropship screamed overhead. "Report," Sarilith called. An advisor burst in. "Shields at 60%, Majesty. They target the nursery wing." Threxel drew his pistol. "The human bewitched her. Kill it." "No," Sarilith sheathed her dagger. "She quiets what we cannot." Eerie sighed in sleep. Mara glanced up. "Permission to keep holding. Movement helps gas pass." Sarilith hesitated. Tradition clashed with survival. Her court watched. Threxel's mandibles ground. Alarms blared. A breach in Sector 3. 5 more minutes, Sarilith said. "Prove it holds." Mara nodded. She paced the nursery, Eerie secure. Guards flanked her. Threxel shadowed, weapon ready. Venn monitored. "Stress markers dropping. Human baseline cortisol low. Extraordinary." Sarilith activated the war room link. "Status." "They're tunneling under the east gate," the lead tactician said. Voices overlapped, clear now without cries. "Artillery pinned. We hold if shields regenerate." No distractions, focus sharpened. Threxel growled low. One slip, soldier. Mara's eyes flicked to him. Won't happen. She's packed now. Pack, human word. Saralith's wings stilled. Vexari bonded clutches tight. This enemy treated her air like kin. Another blast shook dust from the ceiling. Eerie stirred, Mara shushed with a hum. Back to purrs. Saralith stepped closer. She scented Mara, sweat, blood, but underlaid with milk-warm comfort. No deception. Dr. Ven analyzed the hold. Proprioceptive input, Ven said. Pressure mimics womb, human arms wider, better wrap, our limbs too angular. Threxel snorted. Fluke. Test it, Saralith ordered. Hand her off. Mara passed Eerie to Ven. The medic mimicked the hold, Eerie fussed, eyes cracking open. See, Mara said, needs the rhythm, watch. She guided Ven's sway. Breathe in, out, pat, Eerie settled, not perfect purr, but quiet. War room feeds buzzed. Shields recharging, Majesty, human flanks exposed, we counter-strike? Saralith smiled, fangs glinting. Yes, press them. Explosions shifted outward. Palace held. Threxel holstered his weapon. Grudging nod, Mara rocked Eerie. She's gassy, burp her upright. Saralith took the infant herself, mimicked the hold. Eerie burped, a wet bubble, slept on. The queen met Mara's eyes. You fight for us. Mara shrugged chains. Fight's over when kids are safe. Trust flickered, not full, but seed planted. Alarms quieted. War room cheers filtered in. Saralith unchained Mara fully. Guard her with the princess. Threxel protested. Majesty, she earns it. Saralith cradled Eerie. Family protects family. Mara saluted, fist to chest. Steady. Outside, human lines broke. Vexari pushed back. In the nursery, silence reigned, not from drugs, from human hands. The war room went utterly quiet when the captured human stopped the queen's infant with one simple hold. Then plans formed. Victory loomed. Click. Cold metal locked around Mara's neck. Staff Sergeant Mara Cade flexed her jaw. The shock collar hummed against her skin, a low threat vibe she ignored. Princess Eerie squirmed in her arms, tiny fists balling. The nursery's dim glow pods flickered as war alarms droned outside. Commander Threxel stepped back, claws clicking on stone. Guard rotation, 2 on the human at all times, shock at first twitch. The 2 Vexari sentries gripped their rifles tighter. Scales gleamed under armor. Mara nodded once. No argument, eyes stayed on the infant. Queen Saralith swept in, robes swirling. Her crown ridges pulsed violet stress color. Repeat it, now under watch, prove it's no fluke. Mara shifted Eerie higher. The baby's wail pierced the air, high and relentless. Yes, Majesty, but cloth wrap first, warm water, quiet corner. No drugs, Threxel snarled. Drugs work on Vexari young, human tricks fail. Saralith's gaze pinned him. Fetch them. A sentry bolted, minutes ticked. War feeds on the wall hissed updates. Enemy dropships inbound, shields at 60%. Mara rocked steady, breathe in, out. Pat the back in rhythm. Eerie's cries hitched but didn't stop, not yet. The sentry returned. Soft weave cloth steamed with water. Mara draped it over her shoulder, soaked a corner, wiped Eerie's face gentle. Overstimulated, too much noise. She carried the bundle to the nursery's far alcove. Away from doors, away from feeds. Guards flanked her. Threxel loomed. Dr. Ven scurried up, scanner humming. Vitals spiking, heart analog at danger levels. Run it, Mara said. She laid Eerie tummy down over her forearm. Legs dangling, head supported, sway started, slow circle. Ven's probe beeped against the infant's chest. Cortisol analogs dropping, how? Feeding cues, Mara murmured, thumb checked, jaw tension. Tight here, gassy again, missed last burp. She patted firmer, upward strokes. Eerie burped a gurgle bubble, eyes fluttered shut, purr rhythm built in her tiny throat. Saralith leaned closer, fangs parted. She quiets like before. Threxel crossed arms. Coincidence, end the test. Guards lunged. One yanked Mara's elbow, collar buzzed warning. Eerie's eyes snapped open. Wail exploded shriller than before. Legs kicked wild, purr shattered. Mara twisted against the grip. Wait! Enough! Threxel barked. Second guard hauled her back. Eerie thrashed in Ven's sudden hold. Screams echoed off walls. Saralith snatched the princess. Rocked clumsy, no sway, cries worsened. Silence her! Ven fumbled injector. Sedatives ready? No! Mara's voice cut sharp. Collar hummed hotter. She raised hands slow. Let me finish. She's safe with me. Threxel's claw hovered over the shock trigger. Prisoner dictates terms. War feed crackled. Dropships breaching outer ring. Human infantry pushing palace gates. Saralith's ridges flared red. She thrust Eerie back at Mara. Do it. Guards released. Mara caught the infant smooth. Reset the hold, cloth tucked. Sway resumed. Pat, breathe. Eerie hitched, settled. Purr returned. Silence dropped heavy. Threxel lowered his claw. Grudging stare. Mara kept rhythm. No boast, just care. Kids first, always. Sarilith watched. Minutes passed. Eerie slept deep. The queen's hand brushed Mara's arm. First touch without chain. Why, you fight us. Mara met her eyes. Fights for survival. This family duty. Alarms spiked again. Gates holding, but human heavies inbound. 10 minutes. Threxel spun. Majesty, war room. Leave the human locked. Sarilith cradled Eerie closer to Mara. No, she guards the princess. Here. Threxel's scales bristled. Insane, she's enemy. Watch. Sarilith nodded at the feed. Human lines faltered under Vexari counterfire. Her kind breaks, but she mends. Mara adjusted the wrap. Eerie sighed in sleep. Warm weight against her chest. Collar still hummed, but ignored. Then scanned again. Stable, optimal, Threxel paced. One slip, steady, Mara said, voice even. I got her. Sarilith's ridges softened to blue calm. She signaled guards. Stand down, no shocks unless I say. The sentries hesitated, obeyed, war feed boomed, heavies repelled, flank collapsing. Cheers filtered from halls. Mara rocked on, practical, unwavering. Threxel holstered his sidearm. For now, Sarilith lingered. Watched Mara's hands, human fingers blunt and sure, cradling Vexari royalty. Family protects family, she echoed Mara's words. Fangs glinted, not threat, promise. Mara saluted light with her chin, duty held, but Eerie stirred, tiny fuss. Mara patted, war outside raged on. Hours blurred, Mara sat in the alcove, back to stone wall. Collar chafed, but she tuned it out. Eerie fed from a pouch Sarilith provided, alien milk analog warmed just right. Mara checked suckle rhythm, burped upright, swaddled tight. Guards rotated, Threxel checked hourly. Each time Eerie purred quiet, Sarilith returned between briefings. Front holds thanks to your calm. Mara shrugged one shoulder. Tactics win wars, this wins peace. Then hovered once more. Impossible, off-world stress response defies our scans. Human normal, Mara said. We raise packs like this. Instinct. Sarilith tilted head. Packs. Family bigger than blood. Ridges pulsed thoughtful green, night cycle dimmed pods, threats ebbed, human retreat signaled, palace secured, Threxel burst in at shift end. Majesty calls you both. Victory Council. Sarilith entered behind, scooped Eerie from Mara, infant fussed light. Test over, Threxel pressed. Mara stood, collar tugged as she moved. Sarilith swayed, better form now, Eerie quieted, but eyes stayed on Mara. Not over, human stays, Threxel growled low. With the air, with family. Guards shifted uneasy. Mara waited, steady. Then Eerie wailed, sharp from nowhere. Sarilith startled, hold slipped. Threxel drew weapon. See, trickery. Mara stepped forward, hands out. Gassy, let me. Sarilith passed her over. Mara worked fast. Pat burp, sway, quiet. Threxel's claw twitched, but holstered. Sarilith exhaled. You have her, Sergeant, through the night. Mara nodded, cradled close. Aye, Majesty. Door hissed shut. Guards posted outside. Alone with Eerie, Mara whispered old lullaby, human rhythm. Alien purr matched. Collar hummed. Ignored. Dawn feeds buzzed, human fleet withdrawing. Vexari victory. In the nursery, trust rooted deeper. One practical hold at a time, but alarms flickered again. Scout reports, human stragglers probing weak points. Threxel's voice barked from calm. Majesty inbound, human secured. Sarilith arrived tense. They regroup fast. Eerie slept on Mara's chest. Mara rose. Defenses solid. With you here, yes. Threxel loomed indoor. Remove the collar. Sarilith eyed it. Claws tapped control. Click off. Mara rubbed neck, flexed. Thank you. Not thanks. Proof. Eerie cooed awake. Mara bounced light. Fed cues checked. Then entered with scans. Perfect vitals sustained. Threxel grunted. Monitor close. Sarilith knelt level with Mara. Teach my court all of it. Mara demonstrated rap on a dummy. Slow, clear. Rhythm key, tension here. Guards watched, mimicked. War feed quieted. Threats passed. Eerie reached for Mara's finger. Mara clasped the infant's claw between thumb and forefinger. Eerie squeezed back, her wide eyes locking on Mara's face. A soft trill escaped her throat. Mara scanned the nursery. Guards flanked the door. Threxel loomed in the frame, claws crossed. Sarilith watched from the console, her mandibles clicking softly. Schedule first, Mara said. She pulled a stylus from her pocket, standard issue, overlooked in the pat-down. On the wall panel, she sketched 3 steps, feed, burp, Rock, times marked in cycles. Human standard converted to Vexari hours. She pinned the sheet with a clip from her collar remnant. It stuck firm, Threxel snorted. Scribbles. System, Mara replied, keeps everyone synced. Sarilith glided forward, her gaze flicked over the sketch. Reproduce it palace-wide. A drone hummed to life, sheet scanned, data beamed out, eerie wriggled against Mara's chest. Mara adjusted the wrap, snug, secure. Supplies next, Majesty, swaddles, hum pads, dim lamps. Sarilith tapped her comm. Ven, supplies to nursery, priority. She turned to two attendants, slender Vexari females, cloaks embroidered with palace crests. Lyra, Kess. Mirror the human exactly. The attendants bowed, claws flexed. They stepped closer, Mara nodded. Watch! She demonstrated the wrap on Eerie, fold here, tuck there, tension even. Eerie settled deeper. Lyra mimicked on a padded dummy, fabric slipped. Looser grip, Mara coached. Like holding a grenade pin, steady not crush. Kess tried, better seal, Eerie cooed approval, Threxel shifted. Waste of warriors, Sarilith's tail flicked. Quiet yields more than blades, Commander. Mara rocked in place. Paced rhythm, sway left, pause, sway right. 15 beats per minute. Human infant math scaled for Eerie's frame. Rock like this, Mara said. Sink breath. She placed a claw on Eerie's chest rise-fall. Lyra matched. Kess followed. Eerie's trill deepened to a purr. Mara hummed low chest vibration, 60 hertz. Human lullaby bass, no words. Attendants copied. Hums clashed at first. Mara tapped rhythm on the dummy. Lower, match her. Purrs aligned. Eerie's eyes drooped. Threxel's spines bristled. He leaned in. It works. Mara kept rocking, monitored Eerie's flanks, breathing even. No hitch, door hissed. Dr. Ven bustled in, scanner clutched. Trailing carts, swaddles stacked, hum pads glowing, lamps tunable. Vitals streaming, Ven said, his lenses whirred over Eerie. Stress baseline dropping, remarkable. Mara glanced at lights, harsh overheads flickered. Dim those, blue spectrum, noise 2 pads on mute. Ven adjusted, palace hum softened, lights warmed, scanner beeped. Spike here. Ven pointed to a graph peak. Prior cycle, light flash, Mara nodded. Adjusts fast, log it. She fed Eerie from the prepped pouch, Vexari formula warmed precise. Pat back. Burp rose clean. Lyra practiced on dummy. Burp simulated. Kess rocked a test pad, hum steady. Sarilith observed from the corner, her claws relaxed. Court learns, palace adapts, Threxel grunted. Human tricks until they fail. Mara ignored him, bounced Eerie light. Princess gripped her finger again, hours blurred. Mara pinned rotations, her shift, attendance. Schedule held, Ven cross-checked. Sustained calm first in cycles. Attendants beamed data to their pads. Mimics perfected, Eerie slept deep. Mara eased her into the cradle, cover tucked. Sarilith approached. You built this, proof enough. Mara straightened. Just basics, Majesty, family stuff. Threxel eyed the door. Scouts report quiet, humans probe edges. Sarilith's mandibles tensed. Fortify, Sergeant stays. Mara sketched a 4th step on the schedule, alert drill, rock through noise. Attendants nodded, drilled it silent. Eerie stirred, Mara scooped her, rocked paced, hum low, Ven scanned again. Optimal. Human intuition bridges our gaps. Threxel paced. Intuition won't stop shells. Boom, the palace shuddered, walls groaned, dust sifted from seams. Eerie jolted awake. Wail pierced the air, raw, endless. Mara clutched her tight. Down, cover, she dropped to knees. Cradled Eerie chest to chest, rocked fierce through aftershock. Sarilith hit the floor, claws out. Shields up, Threxel barked into calm. Breach Sector 7, human stragglers inbound. Alarms wailed, lights strobed red. Eerie thrashed, claws raked Mara's arm. Wail escalated. Mara hummed louder, vibration through bone. Easy, kid, got you. Attendants froze, Lyra fumbled dummy. Ven's scanner shrieked. Stress critical, another blast rattled closer. Floor bucked, Sarilith crawled to Mara. Can you? Mara nodded, rose crouched, rocked paced. Follow my lead. She pinned Eerie's wrap tighter, bounced through tremor. Hum unbroken, Eerie's wail hitched, slowed. Threxel slammed barricade panel. Incoming fire, evac nursery. Guards piled in. Rifles charged, Mara kept rhythm. Noise discipline, mute non-essentials. Ven killed alarms local. Lights dimmed blue, blast wave hit. Windows cracked, Eerie spasmed, Mara swayed steady. Finger offered, Princess latched. Wail faded to trill, Sarilith stared. Impossible. Threxel paused, reload. It holds. Mara checked breathing, even. Schedule step 4, drill now. Attendant snapped to, rocked dummies through symblasts. Boom, third strike, palace lights flickered, eerie purred faint. Seralith rose. Sergeant commands here, clear path to core bunker. Threxel saluted sharp. Yes, Majesty. Mara followed guards, eerie secure, rocked on, corridors shook. Distant fire chattered, attendants flanked, mirrored perfect. Ven trailed. Human baseline stabilizes her, off-world edge. Mara tuned hum lower. Princess slept against chaos. Bunker doors sealed. Hum of shields rose. Threxel posted sentries. Stragglers pinned, but they adapt. Seralith knelt by Mara. You prove it again. Mara bounced light. Family doesn't quit. Eerie gripped tight. Scouts crackled calm. Fleet shadows inbound, heavy. Threxel tensed. War resumes. Mara sketched bunker schedule. Pinned to bulkhead, rock through hell. Princess purred approval, but the next blast shook harder. Erie's eyes snapped wide. Terror reignited. Erie's wail shredded the bunker's hum. Mara tightened her grip. The infant thrashed against her chest. Tiny claws scraped fabric. Another blast rattled the bulkheads. Dust sifted from seams. Threxel spun from the comm panel. Restrain the prisoner, now! His guards lunged forward, rifles leveled at Mara's back. Mara sidestepped, kept rocking. Negative, she's calming. Check her vitals first. She nodded to Dr. Ven. The medic scrambled clothes. Scanner word over Erie's writhing form. Ven's frills flattened. Stress spike. Human contact drops at 30% already. Seralith rose from her command perch, eyes locked on her daughter. Stand down, Threxel, the human holds. Threxel's mandibles clicked. Majesty protocol adapts. Seralith cut him off. Fleet probes the shields. We move to core vault. Sergeant, you carry her. Mara didn't hesitate. She adjusted Erie higher. Shielded the princess's head with her palm. Route secure. Threxel barked orders. Sentries peeled bulkhead panels, exposed a narrow service corridor. 2 minutes to vault, double time. Guards flanked Mara. They piled into the dim tube. Pipes hissed steam. Mara matched their stride, bounced Erie in rhythm. Breathe with me, little one, in, out. The wail hitched, dropped an octave. Seralith matched pace behind, her robes snagged on conduits. How our nursemaids fail. Baseline human trick. Mara kept eyes forward. Steady pressure matches her pulse. Sirens wailed distant. Concussive thumps vibrated souls. Ven jogged alongside. Off-world physiology, your warmth mimics brood pile. A screech tore the air ahead. Sparks flew. Threxel raised fist. Saboteur, breach at junction. Red light flooded the corridor. A plasma torch chewed through the wall. Shadowy figure in enemy black sliced whiter. Rifle muzzle poked through. Contact! Threxel fired first. Bolts scorched metal. The saboteur ducked. Lobbed a grenade. Myra Dove rolled into an alcove. Cradled Erie tight. Explosion buckled the floor. Shrapnel pinged off guard's armor. Erie spasmed. Wail peaked. Mara hummed low, timed to the blast echoes. SHH got you. She pressed forehead to the infants. Matched breaths, slow, even. Guards poured fire. Threxel charged. Tackled the saboteur. Mandibles crunched bone. Clear. But the breach widened. Smoke billowed. Distant shouts echoed. More intruders. Seralith coughed, drew her sidearm. Vault doors, 30 meters, push. Myra surged up. Legs burned from the roll. She sprinted. Erie clutched her collar. Princess's trill softened amid chaos. Threxel covered rear. They're tunneling, shields failing outer bunker. Alarms blared. Bunker doors groaned. Metal screamed under plasma cutters. Seralith glanced back. Flames licked the corridor. Her guards thinned, one down, armor smoking. Majesty, the child? Threxel yelled. He grabbed her arm, pulled toward the vault. Seralith yanked free, faced Mara, eyes fierce. Sergeant, take her all the way. Mara blinked, Erie already secure in her arms. But the queen thrust a data crystal into Mara's pocket. Air codes. Prove family again. Blast wave hit. Vault doors buckled inward. Enemy shadows swarmed the gap. Threxel fired full auto. They're through, Mara bolted, legs pumped. Erie's weight nothing against adrenaline. She slammed the inner vault seal. Guards piled in after. Seralith last slammed the override. Doors hissed shut. Locked, but cutters whined outside. Inside, the core vault hummed. Biolum walls pulsed blue. Cradles lined one wall, medpods the other. Ven rushed to a console. Shields at 20%, infant bay secure. Erie's eyes fluttered. Terror faded. She latched onto Mara's finger, sucked steady. Seralith leaned against the bulkhead, breath ragged. You shielded her through fire. Mara knelt, offered Erie to a cradle. But the princess gripped harder, wouldn't release. She's bonded, Ven scanned. Human pheromones sink her, rare cross-species lock. Threxel reloaded, eyed the vault feed. They breach in 5, we hold or counter. Seralith straightened. Counter. Sergeant, your schedule, adapt it. Mara nodded, pulled the pinned sketch from her pocket. Wait, no, she'd memorized it. Rock drill first, mute lights, hum pattern. She dimmed the vault glow, started the low tone. Eerie purred, guards mimicked, attendants synced. Even Threxel joined. Low rumble filled the space. Outside, cutters whined louder, sparks sprayed seals. Scouts crackled, fleet lock-on, ordnance inbound. Seralith's frills flared. Human, why risk for us? Mara bounced eerie gentle. Prisoner or not, cries like that. Family default. She checked the crystal. Air access granted. Unlocked a hidden arms locker. Pulled vests. Gear up, we pack bond or die. Threxel took a vest. Tested fit. Human weave, flexible. He distributed. She commands nursery defense. Seralith armed herself. Stood by Mara. Trust earned, Sergeant Cade. Vault shook, breachers pounded, but Eerie slept deep, clutched tight. Mara sketched new lines on the bulkhead, timed the next hum. Incoming, breathe through. Plasma burst through a seam. Guards fired. Mara shielded Eerie. Rolled behind a pod. Threxel flanked the breach. Grenade out. Boom, silence followed. Ven patched a guard. Human vest saved him. Seralith covered Mara, blasted a claw through the gap. They falter. But comms screamed, core shields critical, fleet salvo. Vault lights flickered. Eerie stirred. Mara hummed faster. Princess settled. Threxel checked feeds. Backup forces pinned topside. We're it. Mara rose, Eerie secure. Then we evac deeper, service shafts to launch bay. Seralith paused. Tradition screamed against it. Queen flees. But optics bowed to survival. Lead. They pried a grate. Mara first. Eerie strapped to her chest with vest straps, tight, safe, crawled single file, pipes scalded. Mara timed breaths, kept hum constant. Eerie trilled content. Claws kneaded Mara's shirt. Seralith whispered behind. She quiets for you. Court elders called it impossible. Practical. Mara squeezed past a valve. Humans raise packs in worse. Shaft ended at a drop. Launch bay below, shuttles prepped. But guards swarmed, loyalists holding. Threxel dropped first, cleared, bay secure. But enemy corvette docks outer. Mara lowered Eerie, handed down gentle, then slid. Seralith landed last, drew all eyes. To the royal shuttle, sergeant with princess. Crew saluted, ignited engines. Mara buckled Eerie into a custom cradle. Human-sized straps, rocked as thrust built. Shuttle lurched, enemy fire rattled hull. Threxel manned guns. Evasive. Seralith gripped Mara's seat, watched Eerie sleep. You treat her kin. Family. Mara synced the cradle, hummed to engines. Princess purred through dogfight. Ven monitored. Vitals perfect. Human edge saves her. Shuttle broke atmo. Fleet shadows loomed. But allied signatures pinged, reinforcements. Threxel whooped. We punch out. Seralith touched Mara's shoulder, first time. Not prisoner, pack. Eerie gripped Mara's finger, held fast. But scopes lit, enemy destroyer vectored close. Loctone rose, Mara unbuckled. Gunner assist. Threxel nodded. She slid to the turret, sighted, fired bursts. Human reflexes tagged engines. Destroyer listed, exploded. Crew cheered. Seralith smiled rare. Impossible aim. Training. Mara returned to Eerie, bounced light. Shuttle docked allied carrier. Doors cycled, a shadow flickered in the nursery vent. Mara Cade lunged. Shackles bit her wrists, but momentum carried her across the rug. The saboteur, a wiry palace tech and traitor Rags, froze mid-climb, plasma pistol half-drawn toward Princess Eerie's cradle. The infant's wails pierced the air non-stop for days. Mara slammed into him, tackled low. Her chained hands locked his gun arm. She twisted. The pistol clattered free, skittering under the cradle. No shot fired, no risk to the child. The tech bucked, clawed at her face with augmented fingers. Mara drove her knee into his gut, pinned his throat with her forearm. Yield! Guards burst through the side door. Commander Threxel led, rifle raised. His mandible jaw clicked in shock. Human, release! Secure the weapon first, Mara snapped. Eerie's cries spiked at the noise. Mara held position, body shielding the cradle. He's rigged the vent for gas, check it. Threxel signaled 2 guards. They yanked the pistol away, scanned the vent. Canister confirmed, traitor scum. He hauled the tech up. Mara's grip released clean. Why no kill shot? He's enemy. Infant first. Mara straightened, chains rattled. Her fatigues hung torn from capture. Always. Threxel's compound eyes narrowed, then flicked to the corridor, feed on his wrist pad. Enemy breach teams 2 levels down. Secure this hall, double it. Guards fanned out. Threxel lingered, watched Mara, nodded once. Queen Seralith Voss swept in from the adjoining chamber. Her iridescent scales gleamed under emergency lights. Crown frills flared in fury. "Report, now!" "Intruder neutralized," Threxel said. "By the prisoner, restraint flawless, no discharge near the princess." Seralith's gaze locked on Mara, then Eerie. The baby's keening drilled deeper, vitals beeping red on Dr. Ven's scanner. The medic hovered, tentacles futile with hyposprays. "Stress toxins off charts, Majesty. Our remedies fail. She needs." "Calm," Seralith's voice cracked. Tradition bound her, queens cradled alone. Optics demanded it. Elders whispered of weakness. But siege drones hammered the outer walls. Time bled out. "Unshackle the human," Seralith ordered. Threxel stiffened. "Majesty, for medical necessity." Seralith's frills snapped flat. Political knives would twist later. Council feeds already buzzed. "She soothes where we cannot. Sergeant Cade, prove your worth." Guards hesitated. Threxel waved them forward. Keys clicked. Chains fell. Mara rubbed her wrists, flexed, approached the cradle slow. Eerie's tiny limbs thrashed, scales dull with exhaustion. "Easy, little one." Mara scooped her up. Human grip firm but padded, instinct from field medic rotations. Cradled Eerie football style against her side. One hand cupped the head, thumb stroking the frill base. Rhythmic pats on the bottom. Low hum, engine cadence, white noise from 100 dropships. Eerie's wails hitched, slowed, eyes fluttered. Dr. Ven leaned in, scanner word. "Heart rate dropping, toxins stabilizing. How?" "Pressure points." Mara bounced light. Kept her body between Eerie and the doors. "Humans evolve for chaos, colics nothing." Seralith watched, hunched forward, yearning etched her regal poise. "Teach me." Mara nodded, shifted close, no presumption. "Arm here, like this, supports the neck curve. Your species has flexible spines, match it." She guided Seralith's clawed hands, positioned Eerie chest to chest. "Pat steady, hum low, match her pulse." Seralith mimicked, awkward at first, claws retracted, instinctive. Pat, pat. Hum vibrated her throat scales, Eerie squirmed. Settled, a purr bubbled up. The queen's eyes widened, multi-pupiled. "She quiets. Copy the rhythm." Mara stepped back, hands ready but unobtrusive. Eerie's purr deepened. Eyelids drooped, first true sleep in a week. Silence bloomed, even the distant booms faded. Threxel crossed arms. "Impressive, but loyalty unproven." He subvocaled to his pad. Mara caught the flicker, loyalty test cued. Poison vial, false alarm, standard for Xenos hires. Dr. Ven packed his kit. "Human baseline overrides our stress cascade. Recommend integration." Seralith rocked Eerie, never broke eye contact with Mara. "You shield my blood as your own." Her free hand extended, palm up, pack right, alien custom Mara had studied in briefings. "Join the circle, not servant, kin." Mara clasped it, scales cool, grip iron. "Family holds tight." Explosions rocked the palace core. Alarms wailed. Threxel barked into comms. "Breach at engineering, loyalists to vents." Seralith passed Eerie back to Mara. Baby stayed asleep, tiny fist curled on human fatigues. "Evac now, sergeant with princess, prove the bond." Mara buckled Eerie secure. "Path," Threxel pulled a grate. "Service shafts to bays, enemy corvette inbound." He dropped first. Mara followed, Eerie nestled safe. Seralith gripped Mara's shoulder descent. "Elders call it impossible." "Practical," Mara squeezed past a valve. Humans raise packs in worse. Shaft ended at a drop. Launch bay below, shuttles prepped. Guards swarmed, loyalists holding. Threxel cleared. "Bay secure, enemy corvette docks outer." Mara lowered Eerie gentle, handed down, slid after. Seralith landed last, drew salutes. "Royal shuttle, sergeant with princess." Crew ignited engines. Mara strapped Eerie into custom cradle, human-sized mods from Ven's scan, rocked as thrust built, synced hum to rumble, shuttle lurched. Enemy fire rattled hull, Threxel manned guns. Evasive. Seralith gripped Mara's seatback, watched Eerie sleep. "You treat her kin." "Family." Mara bounced the cradle light. Princess purred through the dogfight. Ven monitored. "Vitals perfect, human edge." Shuttle broke atmo. Allied signatures pinged, reinforcements. Threxel whooped. "We punch out." Seralith touched Mara's shoulder, first voluntary. "Not prisoner, pack." Eerie gripped Mara's finger, held fast, but scopes lit, enemy destroyer vectored close. Loctone rose, Mara unbuckled. "Gunner assist." Threxel nodded sharp. She slid to turret. Sighted through reticle. Human reflexes tagged the engines, burst fire precise. Destroyer listed. Bloomed orange, crew cheered. Seralith smiled, rare and fierce. "Impossible aim." "Training." Mara returned to Erie, bounced light. Shuttle docked Allied carrier, doors cycled. Medbays hummed beyond, but Threxel pulled Myra aside in the lock. Test awaits, Sergeant. Drink this. He pressed a vial, odorless. Loyalty proof for the Queen. Mara eyed it. Erie slept on past a Seralith. The Queen copied the hold perfect now. Baby stayed out. Trust sealed, Mara down the vial, tasted nothing. Clear. Threxel's mandibles clicked approval. Clean welcome pack. Carrier shuddered, fleet formation. Battle joined. Mara took post at Aux guns. Family fought together. Seralith approached, Erie asleep in her arms. You gave us this? She nodded to the baby. Stay. Mara saluted loose. Wouldn't miss it. Alarms blared anew. Incoming salvo. Human hands flew to controls. Aliens marveled at the steady calm. Pack bonded. War raged on. Mara gripped the doorframe as it slid open unbidden. No guard, no chime. Just the dim corridor beyond, lit by pulsing emergency strips leading straight to the outer docks. Freedom stared back. 2 turns and she'd hit the service lifts. Allied dropships orbited close. She'd pinged them hours ago on a smuggled comm fragment. One sprint, gone. A wail pierced the air. High ragged, Princess Erie's cry from the nursery wing. Endless since Mara arrived. The infant's stress fever spiked again, Dr. Venn had admitted. No alien remedy touched it. Mara paused. Footsteps echoed from the far hall. Threxel's trap, obvious now. False escape baited for her to bolt. Proved disloyal. She turned left. Toward the cries, the nursery door hung ajar. Security lights flickered red. Inside, Queen Seralith Voss knelt by the cradle, her iridescent scales dulled by exhaustion. She rocked Erie with precise, royal motions. The baby thrashed, tiny claws scrabbling, voice raw. Dr. Venn hovered, scanner beeping failure. Majesty, the sedatives rebound. Off-world physiology. Fix it. Seralith's voice cracked, mandibles tight. War horns blared outside. Enemy siege closed. Mara stepped in. Let me. Guards leveled spears. Threxel burst from shadow, claws raised. Prisoner, back. Seralith's head snapped up. Her compound eyes locked on Mara. You chose this door. She's burning up. Mara ignored the weapons, knelt beside the cradle. Erie's skin flushed violet, breaths hitched. Human infant basics flooded back SGT. Cade's field medic cert from colony outposts. Overstimulation. Needs skin contact, steady rhythm. Threxel snarled. Trap sprung, she runs to assassinate. Mara scooped Erie without weight. The baby stiffened, then latched claws to her uniform. Mara hummed low, old lullaby barracks cadence. Bounced neat knee, firm pressure on the back. Circled the room slow, no rush. Erie's wails stuttered, slowed, eyes fluttered half shut. Seralith rose. How? Pack trick, humans bond tight, she trusts the beat. Mara kept moving. Erie's fever heat seeped through fabric. Water, cool cloth, no lights pulsing. Doctor. Venn fumbled a basin. Mara dipped cloth, pressed to Erie's brow. Baby sighed, slept. Silence fell. Guards lowered spears an inch. Threxel clicked mandibles. Demonstration or ploy? Mara met his gaze, handed Erie back gentle. Queen took her, mimicked the bounce. Erie stayed quiet. Perimeter flaw, Mara pointed to nursery vent. Trapdoor unguarded. Enemy drones slip that grate, seal it. Crosslink to throne room sensors. 2 guards here, rotate. Threxel stiffened. You scout my trap, your trap. Mara nodded to open cell, door visible down hall. Mine now fix the gap. He scanned the vent, cursed low. She sees blind spots, human eyes. Seralith cradled Erie closer, baby gripped her mane. Sergeant Mara Cade, you walked from freedom for my blood. Duty, Mara straightened. Infants first, always. Queen's claws flexed. She touched royal seal pendant, ancient crystal pulsing authority, pressed it to Mara's palm, burned cold. Protected caretaker under Voss seal, pack oath. Guards knelt. Threxel saluted sharp. Honored enemy, pack. Alarms screamed, outer ring breach. Explosions rocked stone. Commander Threxel barked into comm. Siege walls down, enemy shock troops, 3rd gate. Seralith thrust Erie to Mara. Hold her, last stand. Mara buckled the baby to chest harness improvised from webbing. Evac route, Threxel plotted hollow. Palace core swarmed red. Throne vault. Hold till fleet breaks siege. You guns, Mara nodded, grabbed fallen pulse rifle. Lead. They charged corridors, blaster fire scorched walls. Threxel cleaved 2 assailants, claws lightning. Mara fired bursts, human precision, headshots clean. Erie slept through chaos, tiny snores against her ribs. Dr. Venn sealed med cache behind. Shuttle prepped, 5 minutes. Enemy squad rounded corner. 6 armored. Seralith hurled grenade. Alien chemblast melted shields. Mara covered flank. Rifle hot. Down 3. Threxel dragged wounded guard. Vault, now! Bulkhead slammed. Throne room sealed. Hollow showed destroyer inbound. Allied signatures flickered distant. Seralith paced. Fleet delayed. We hold. Mara checked eerie. Dry comm. Bounced light. Perimeter solid now. Threxel grunted approval. Linked rifle feeds. Your gaps plugged. Human steady. Blast shook vault. Cracks spidered ceiling. Shuttle hatch, Ven called. Pilot down. Who flies? Mara unslung. Me infantry drops. Strap in. Seralith gripped her arm. Prove pack again. Always. Mara led to Aux Bay. Eerie secure. Engines whined hot. Threxel manned door gun. Punch out! They blasted hangar. Fighters swarmed. Mara banked hard. Human reflexes dodged locks. Eerie fussed once. Mara sang cadence low. Quiet. Enemy corvette loomed. Threxel fired wild. Impossible shot. Mara sighted. Tagged engines. Burst precise. Corvette listed. Exploded orange. Crew whooped. Seralith smiled fierce. First reel. Training. Pack. Mara leveled on Allied signatures. Pinged open. Shuttle docked carrier. Doors cycled. Medbays hummed. Threxel pulled Mara aside in lock. Test awaits, Sergeant. Drink. Vial pressed. Odorless. Eerie slept past a Seralith. Queen held perfect now. Mara downed it. Tasted nothing. Clear. Threxel clicked. Welcome, pack. Carrier shuddered. Salvo incoming. Mara took Aux guns. Hands steady. Seralith approached. Eerie asleep. You gave us this, stay? Wouldn't miss it. Alarms blared. Human fingers flew. Aliens marveled, but scopes lit new. Enemy destroyer vectored tight. Loctone rose shrill. Mara unbuckled. Gunner assist. Threxel nodded. She slid to turret. Reticle locked. Fired. Bloomed victory. War called. Pack answered. Mara vaulted from the turret hatch. Boots hit deck plating with a clang. Alarms cut to standby chirps. She scanned the corridor. Threxel reloaded his station, then checked vitals on a portable crib unit. Seralith cradled eerie amid the hum of med bays. Status, Mara snapped. Threxel clicked mandibles. Hull holds, enemy scattered, but inbound salvos cycle every 6 marks. Eerie stirred, a whimper built. Mara knelt by the crib unit. Nursery lockdown, low-noise posture, muffle all non-essentials. Ven's frills flared. Combat priority, quiet kills packs. Mara unclipped her harness. She scooped insulated mats from supply lockers, layering them over vibrating panels. Dampen echoes, cycle vents silent, gunners whisper comms only. Threxel hesitated, then nodded. He keyed channels. All stations, Sergeant Cade protocol, mute fire chatter. Echo checks every cycle. Crew relayed, corridors hushed. Mara rigged baffles around the crib, spare helmets, foam seals, her own jacket draped soft. Eerie's whimpers peaked, then faded to gurgles. The infant's tendrils uncurled. Seralith watched, eyes sharp. She quiets for you. Steady rhythm. Mara adjusted a strap. Humans drill it in drops, infant first always. Carrier shuddered. Distant booms echoed, muffled now. Scopes pinged fresh locks. Mara slid to aux console. Fingers danced. She vectored point defenses, precise bursts, no flares. Threxel leaned in, flawless, like born to our grids. Pack basics. Mara tagged a drone swarm. It bloomed silent on screens. Eerie cooed, silent victory. Seralith activated Palace Link. Hollow projected, enemy command frequencies open. High command, this is Queen Voss. Ceasefire corridor requested. Grid Alpha 7. Static hissed. Proof, Voss, your lines fracture. Seralith glanced at Mara, held up eerie, quiet tendrils relaxed. Human asset proven. Sergeant Cade silences my air amid your barrages. Coordinates transmit, verify crib logs. Mara fed data streams. Real-time, infant vitals stable, defenses tight. Enemy commander paused. Human, comms royal spawn, optics shift. Corridor granted, 60 marks. Link cut, Seralith exhaled. Leverage born of trust, Mara nodded. Use it, shuttle prepped. They transferred, eerie bundled tight. Mara piloted again, smooth through the corridor. Carrier faded astern. Palace spires loomed under siege glow. Docking clamps locked. Threxel led escort. Nursery vault, double sentries. Mara shouldered gear. Add my routine, protocol now. Ven scuttled ahead. He patched Mara's dampers into Palace systems. Implemented household-wide. Sergeant Cade baseline, low decibel perimeters, vibration sync standard. Servo's word. Palace halls fell eerily still. Guards clicked approvals. Eerie slept through transfer. In the vault nursery, Seralith settled the crib. Dr. Ven log it official. Done, Majesty. Ven bowed. Human care codified, infant stress drops 90% projected. Threxel sealed blast doors. He faced Mara, mandibles parted. Sergeant, you plug gaps, silence storms. Swear with me. Mara stood straight. Oath, palace doctrine binds. Threxel drew ceremonial blade short, serrated. He sliced palm, pressed to hers. No blood mingled, protocol held. By clutch and crown, human joins guard, protect eerie eternal. Breach means death. Crew assembled outside viewports, eyes locked. Myra met his gaze. By pack and blood, infantry oath, I hold. Threxel boomed it fleet-wide. New blade sworn, Sergeant Cade integrates. Cheers rumbled low per protocol. Eerie didn't stir. Sarilith stepped close. You treat her family, not captive. Family holds lines. Mara checked baffles, steady hands, alarms flickered. Enemy probes tested corridor edges. Mara coordinated from console. Whisper fire, baffles up. Guards executed. Silent takedowns. Hours cycled. Corridor held. Eerie thrived. Dawn filters pierced vault slits. Assembly formed. Full palace guard. 300 strong. Threxel signaled. Present the proof. Sarilith nodded. Myra lifted Eerie from crib. Infant tendrils latched tight to her sleeve. No cry. Grips firm. Silent. Myra cradled her. Walked out, troops parted ranks, mandibles stilled. Eyes widened at the quiet air. Princess gripped harder, cooed once low content, silent through the march. Guards knelt as one. Pack proven, Sarilith broadcast. Witness, human chooses Eerie home, war pauses. Enemy scopes caught it, feeds leaked. Barrages halted, corridors widened. One small grip silenced fronts. Myra held steady. Pack grew, vault seals hissed open wider. Myra strode the nursery perimeter, Eerie balanced on her hip. The infant's tendrils traced her collar insignia, fascinated, quiet. Guards shadowed at distance, their steps padded per new protocol. Threxel fell in beside her. Troops drill your posture, low noise sweeps, infant metrics green. Good, Mara adjusted Eerie's wrap. Cycle checks hourly, no gaps. Ven hurried up, tablet glowing. Routine embedded, all clutches adopt, stress markers plummet across palace young. Sarilith joined from command dais, her frills eased fully first time Myra noted. Ceasefire holds, enemy demands parley. Your deeds force it, Myra nodded. Proof talks. Probes circled outer grids, Myra vectored drones, silent intercepts. Eerie watched her hands, mimicking grips on air. Threxel grunted approval. Oath binds true, you fly our wings now. Assembly reconvened at midday. Full court nobles clutch leaders, holofeeds linked allied worlds. Sarilith raised arms. Sergeant Cade walks with air, silence her cries, bind her now. Mara stepped forward. Eerie clutched sleeve, unblinking. Troops saluted. No sound rose. Nobles murmured. Human magic. Pack skill. Threxel shut them. Drill it. Parley pinged open. Enemy queen's visage flickered. Voss, your spawn quiets for prisoner. Send proof. Sarilith gestured. Myra approached projector, held Eerie high. Tendrils waved, calm. Enemy frills twitched. Impossible. Offworlder soothes royal blood. Family does. Myra spoke flat. Eerie cooed agreement. Line stilled. Truce extends. Observe protocols. Feeds cut. Palace exhaled. Evening drills. Myra led. Guards mimicked her cradles. Baffle rigs. Eerie napped through it all. Sarilith pulled her aside. Stay permanent. Eerie needs. Myra saluted. Pack oath. Night fell. Probes retreated. One grip echoed galaxy-wide. War whispered pause. Myra patrolled outer vaults. Eerie secured inside. Guards nodded passage. Equals now. Threxel joined. Enemy masses beyond corridor. Test coming. Ready. Myra checked munitions. Low noise loads chambered. Dawn broke with rumbles. Probes swarmed anew louder. Myra sprinted nursery. Baffles triple. Crew scrambled. Eerie fussed. Brief. Myra hummed cadence. Low. Steady. Silence returned. Sarilith activated all calm. Human holds all units Cade protocol. Barrages faltered. Enemy fire walked wide. Ven reported. Household stable. Infant optimal. Threxel grinned mandibles. Oath steel. Myra carried Eerie to overlook. Troops below ranks perfect. Infant gripped sleeve. Watched one small sound or none chose home. War bent. Pack endured.